All right. Well, it would be good if I unmuted. I did. This is Lindsay Gramont, and today we are going to be talking about journaling, beginning a journaling practice. And really what that is rooted in is an ability to envision what you want and to feel like you can get those things. So first, I would like to share a story, and then I'll share a little bit on how I do my journaling, but also the mindset that I put myself in to do these things. So when I think about where I started with this business, what was really a cool thing to look at was when I was about 6 years into the business, I took a look back because I remembered reading a book called The 4-Year Career. And I've now been doing this business almost 9 years. And I just love this book by Richard Blissbrook. It's a really quick read, but it's really super powerful for kind of thinking about a journey over the course of 4 years or more. Right. So for me, my journey to Royal Crown Diamond was actually a 2-year journey, but it continues. It continues to this day, even 9 years in. But it is a great story. So I started at zero, just like anybody else, and had no idea what would come from taking and using these oils. But what I do know is that I didn't at the time, I didn't want to continue working 80 hours a week for my corporate job, which was at the company IBM. I didn't want to help the companies that I was helping through my work. It was all, big food, big pharma companies I knew that were adding problems with, our health today. It seriously hurts my heart when I see kids and families powerless to help themselves because they're just not educated on good health, good nutrition, and, emotional and spiritual health at all. My point is that I'm very passionate about helping people with their health. But early on in this business, I needed to know that this wasn't, a pyramid scheme. Here I was, a 15-year IBM veteran earning 6 figures a year. So I had a quote unquote real job. How could I trust that I was taking a risk? Yes, but also that this was a real business where I could earn the money I needed to raise my family, to pay my bills, my mortgage, etc. I remember when I first read this book, The 4-Year Career, I read it in about 30 minutes. It's a super quick read, but it was really mind-blowing for me because my mind was whirling with the potential of this business. I could definitely earn 6 figures if I worked really hard. And, that's what I earn now. So it was really key to understanding what residual income is, to really understanding the power of this business and understanding how I could envision it. So I definitely wanted that income. I wanted that income that comes every month. I wanted that mailbox money. Even if I, got sick, got pregnant, all of these things that I actually have done through this business. I wanted to be able to have that residual income. I have even been able in the past year to really focus on fighting for medical freedom. And that's something I would never have been able to do, never been able to fund my work if I didn't have this income. So it allows for so many different things. You may not, only want to pay off debt, but give way more than you ever thought possible and save enough to where you can live off of that interest as well. So combining that knowledge with how we can structure our compensation plan, that's huge. So it's really, really important to think about why you're doing this and what you want to do it for. This is what drives me. It's my why and reason for doing it, and not checking out and quote unquote retiring now that I have reached the top rank, because I have been at the top rank of the company now for almost 7 years. And I'm still here, still doing this. I love our products and have complete confidence in them. I mean, we're supporting a team here of over like 80,000 people. And over the course of these 9 years, just hearing all the stories and of healing, of emotional healing, spiritual healing, physical healing, they work. I know that. That is not in question here. So what has what drives me now that I've been doing this for so long? It's really taking care of people for life. Honestly, what is the point of earning a lot of money if you aren't earning this money with me? I really, really feel like it's important to help other people to figure this out and to struggle through it, and really to help raise up people that I love and care about, so that they can get a residual income as well. I mean, how awesome is that? I just feel like that's the most amazing thing. I know how to teach people how to be healthy physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. And I wasn't really that good at it, but through all of this, I've failed many times, but I have learned, and I continue to learn as our circumstances change, as our political climate changes, everything. So why not use those talents to help other people as well? Help my relatives, help, my kids, help people that I know, my friends, to really figure this out. And that's really why I work my tail off so hard for all of you. Because, I just face those challenges with relish, because money in the hands of good people means that people can do good things. And yes, I could take them on a single vacation, my family members or something, to say thank you, thanks mom for having me and raising me. But wouldn't it be more awesome if she was able to get a residual income within living due to my help, by either enrolling people and placing them under her, or teaching her how to be able to do this business so that she can have that money through retirement. And I have been able to do that with my mom and with others in my family. And that is just huge, because that hard work, my continued hard work, not just to help myself, but to help other people, is what drives me. So it's really looking at the big picture, that this can be for me, can be for all of you. Maybe you don't think you need more, but I personally think that that is limited thinking, because this isn't just about what I need or what I think I need or what I think I'm limited by, but it's about blessing others with more. It's about using my skills and talents to help people, to build residual incomes for themselves, because, we all have this opportunity sitting in our lap, and we can all do something with it. And when we get bored or frustrated or stuck and quit, then, what does that do? What does that say for the people that are depending on us? Because, those results do happen. The things do go up and down. I mean, that is just, not everything can always go up, but we always have to continue to pull up our big girl panties and continue. If I would not have continued through little dips I had over the years, over the past 9 years, then you would not be here listening to this right now. You would not be here wanting to achieve. And so for me, like that keeps me going, because I don't want to ever check out for you. So if I just hung out, then you wouldn't be here. It makes, me sit here in awe of what can be done when you, or when I, or when someone else catches the vision. So a woman without a vision is a woman who is aimless and who can't think beyond today and her most pressing needs. Maybe it's the oils you want this month, or the Starbucks, the shoes, the homeschool curriculum that you need to buy, the stay at home with your kids dream that you have, the car payment, the mortgage, the debt that needs to be paid off. But what about this for a vision? Never having to worry about whether you can afford to buy food. Maybe that's even organic food, a step up. When a nonprofit organization needs money right away, you can step in, no questions asked, for that immediate need. You can pay off not only your own debt, but maybe someone else's debt. You can help fund an adoption. You can homeschool and stay home with your kids, or if that's not really your jam, you can get a nanny and work too. You can donate 10% of your income without batting an eye. You can pay cash for a car, or for someone else who needs one, maybe a single mom. You can imagine where to travel and who with. You can help fund your spouse's passion project, or send them to get higher education in something they always wanted to do. You can live somewhere you never thought you could live. Vision is the key to earning a residual income for yourself and for others. Sometimes your vision is clouded or small, way too small. And sometimes we forget how to dream and see ourselves actually living in that dream. We forget that it takes hard work and many years to do something like this. And we forget who we can help. We forget we deserve it, and we forget why we did it in the first place. We forget to be humble, and when we fail and fall down, that we can always get back up again. And we forget that we didn't care what people think, right? And we forget that our family is worth it, and we forget to turn off our phone and focus. Vision brings it all back. So the average number of years to Royal Crown Diamond is 8 years. And I'm in my 9th year of this business. I did it in 2, but obviously I didn't stop there because my vision was strong and continues to be strong. How many years will it take you? I can't answer that. Only you can. But let's talk about now how we can use a journaling practice to put ourselves in that conscious mindset. Okay. I think it's really important to think about the things that we're grateful for, of course. And so every day I write down 3 or 5 things that I am really grateful for, and they need to be specific to that day. So I'm not repeating stuff over and over again. And then I think about saying, what I am looking at doing, right? So wouldn't it be awesome if, and I write something down, or something even better. And then I can go above the limitation and even get bigger. So that sounds simple, right? Like write down what you're grateful for, write down, where you want to be. But it's not quite that simple because you have to really put yourself in that mindset. So when we think about faith that we can actually do something, faith means that we have that. We do have faith. I know everyone here has faith, but faith without works, action, right, is dead. So walking forward and taking action in faith is, what brings our desires into reality. I just wanted to make that point. So when we think about what's limiting us, we do need to take a second, and we had that video I did last week on excuses. You can go watch that on my YouTube channel, writing them down. But today I want you to take it a step further because we threw away those excuses, right? But I want you to think about the limitations in your own body, in your own spirit, that are patterns in your life. And be kind and gentle with yourself while you're thinking of these things, but write some of those things down. Get really specific, like where in your body are things always problematic? Where in your emotions do things continue to happen? Where do patterns happen in your life with your, the people that are around you? Is it, what are you feeling? Try and put that into words. And then, think about what you notice when you put that down, because our subconscious is 100% literal and our body really is pretty clear in what it's trying to tell us. But for some reason, those messages have gotten confused. We look outside for the answers, but really our body can tell us a lot. And the patterns that are happening in our body, the patterns that are happening in our life are really like our body and God trying to tell us something, right? Trying to give us those signals, but we're just not really as adept to figuring out what those signals are. I really like a few different books to help me think about these things. There's, Healing Your Body A to Z by Louise Hay, just because it has great ways to look up things going on in your body, like, indigestion or inflammation or, hip problems or, gout, right? All kinds of issues that are going on in your body, and kind of see what maybe the emotional thing is behind it. The other book that I love that helps you point out things in your body and different emotions is Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils by Carolyn Mine. Just because, again, it gives you a point of reference, right? What you really need is a point of reference. Where are these things happening? What's going on? Because as we think, as we feel, right, so are we, right? If you look at scriptural, there's lots of scripture around how our subconscious is 100% literal. So go and read those. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Remember that these things are real. And, what we say becomes what is. So we have to get very specific. When we have the name of the thing that is the problem, when you've written this down, then we have power over this thing. So always remember that when we have the name of the thing, when we've gotten specific, then we have power over it. So when we write down the things I was talking about, the things we're grateful for, wouldn't it be cool if ... fill in the blank, right? Wouldn't it be cool if I could lose 10 pounds? Wouldn't it be cool if I could stay home with my kids and have a flexible schedule? Wouldn't it be cool if whatever, right? Be specific. Think about those things, speak them with feeling. When you write them down, really give authority. You are authoring that down. You are speaking that out, and understand that that is powerful. Let go of the how this is going to happen. Leave that how to God. Okay, or whatever you believe in, whatever higher authority you believe in. You identify what, and then God will handle the how. Okay, that will help you to really let go of any limitations of what you're writing down and give yourself permission to have and enjoy what you're writing down. Okay, because that is key. That is where whatever you are, whatever's going on in you, is really going to become real. Okay, when you can let go of the how and you can just feel and speak it with feeling and have authority over it. And whatever is going on in you or in your world is not who you are. It's just where you are. Okay. One final thing that I want to give you when you think about journaling is to really activate your imagination. Okay, there's a few different oils you can use to kind of help with this process. I really love Envision. Believe is another great one. Obviously, humility. Another really great one would be Dreamcatcher. There's so many different ones. Envision's a great one to start with. I know that has come in some promos recently, so hopefully a lot of you have that one. But when you really sit down, put it on, but imagine that you have experienced an open, honest, direct, and heartfelt and outcome-oriented communication, and that you are able to put down these specific things. Okay. Imagine that you've heard them, that you can put them down on paper, and that you've always been able to do this. I mean, this is just something you've always been able to do and are conscious of. Imagine that you were conceived consciously by God and your mother and your father, who planned for you, chose you, and prepared you for this deep and focused journaling today. Okay. Imagine you were received at birth by many loving hands. Okay. Imagine you remember who you really are. I'm going to say that again. Imagine you remember who you really are and fully place yourself in this imagined state. So really describe what you're like, what your life is like now that you're in this new state. Okay. Now that you know who you are, imagine you know who you are, and coming from that space, really describe what your life is like. Okay. And ask yourself, what am I doing? Who is with me? What is around me? Take a moment to close your eyes and just listen to my words. What am I doing? Who is with me? Who is around me and surrounding me? What is my workplace like? What are my relationships like? What does my life look like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Imagine that a genie is instantly giving you everything you wish. And be vivid and be specific. Speak with feeling, okay? Speak with authority on this. I think it's really, really important to understand that point. Your imagination is pure. That is your spirit calling forth and telling you who you are, okay? So don't limit it. Don't put obstacles in there. Don't perceive that, you can't do something, because that's something that we just create with our mind, with the boundaries that have been placed on us. Your imagine can help determine your mission in life and those choices in that moment. So doing this every day and just writing down just a few things, little snippets, over time will help you to come to these realizations, these small goals, these small realizations. One of the most effective ways to tap into your imagination is to imagine the desired outcome rather than imagining that what you're working toward. So, for example, if one of your goals is to be healthy and fit, right? Imagine in great detail what your life is like with that health and that fitness. What exactly are you doing? Who is with you? What surrounds you? What are you wearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, feeling? By imagining what your life is like once you already have what you want to achieve, then you are upgrading your consciousness to be able to be put in that place. So once you've imagined that desired outcome, then you're going to get there. If you just think about the steps to get there and the how, then it's going to tumble on top of you. Okay. So, really imagine that outcome, and then God will take care of the rest. Because faith, remember, without action is dead. Okay. So remember that, when you're journaling, and I hope this was helpful today to really come at this with a vision. And we will continue to refine all of this. But this is just a great little snippet today to make sure that you are thinking about the desired outcome when you are journaling, and really thinking very specifically about the patterns in your life that are keeping you back, but being able to upgrade that consciousness to be more conscious about your language, to have feeling and authority behind what you want, to forget about the how and leave that up to God, to have faith, and to move forward. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. And I hope this brings into practice for you some things to help you with your dreams. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.